But there is a sense of optimism here. A sense that you're questioning things because you want to be the best of yourself. And so you're questioning yourself so that you can inspire yourself to push forward or push beyond whatever perceived boundaries are there. In a lot of ways, I think you want to let go of materialism. If it's become a huge part of your life, or whether it's become a part of somebody's life or become a part of your life, making money too big of a deal. Creature comforts have become too much of a stabilizing factor in your life. And the decisions that you make to keep that as a stabilizing factor, those creature comforts are getting in the way with what your soul purpose is, which is to divine light, to spread healing, to enlighten people. And with those confines of like keeping up with the Joneses or what you have to do to make money, there is that sense of selling out in a way. This is like you being self-critical of yourself, or looking and seeing that you've been in a long-term relationship with somebody, especially if it's a man. It's a very masculine energy at the very least. There's this that money matters too much. This financial stability means too much, and it's not healthy, it's not good, it's not right. I'm taking accountability for it. Let's talk about this. Because it's actually making us people that we're not really. We're bohemian, we're hippies, we're happy, we're thoughtful, we're inspired. But this is like constraining us. This need, this attachment to the finances is hurting. Taking away those beautiful aspects of somebody that you love or you yourself. And so there is this sort of self-inquiry that you're going into right now, realizing it. Like thinking, the decisions that I've made, have they been really pure? Or have they been greedy? Have they been motivated by creature comforts as opposed to truth? What have I aligned myself with here? And there is a need for inquiry. It's also a motivation to inspire you on something new that you're creating, something brand new. Maybe a direction that you haven't taken before, but you're putting yourself into this situation. You're putting yourself right here into this circumstance. You're questioning your beliefs so that you can create something brand new and start over again. It's a renewal here. Look. I can't get the cards up. Questioning your beliefs. It's like a thud in your heart, but also a happiness, because now you understand what's wrong, what's going on. And it's a sense of, you want that freedom, Pisces. You don't want to be held down or tethered by material gain, material fortune, or your need to keep up with it. This is doing something brand new. You may have just recently caught yourself doing something just for the money. Doing something that really isn't in your wheelhouse. It's something completely different than what you would have done, simply because it aligns you closer to material gain. And I'm not trying to say you don't deserve money, but I'm saying that now you're like, I don't really feel comfortable here. This isn't me. Why am I here? Why am I doing things? Why am I jumping through these hoops? Something new has begun. Something's just started, and it's very tender, and it's in the newest stages of itself. And it's almost like an awareness that's building up inside of yourself. A little whisper of the truth that's coming through that is actually music to your ears. Because things may have gotten a little too far recently, gone a little too far, and that's when you're like, whoa, I need to slow down. Ultimately, questioning yourself will help your creative process. So you can go back to trying things that are new without having to worry about, will this be a financial success? A time to heal. This is Virgo energy of realizing that you have to heal yourself. And how? Like, what's been the impediment? I told you that there's this almost like realizing or getting good news in a diagnosis, like diagnosing a problem and not being scared of it, instead being relieved, because it's like, that's what's been off. That's what's been wrong. That's what's been making me feel not so good. And it's inspired you to redirect your energy to something that is not profit. That's not about money. You're getting back to just like bringing people together, organizing things, like loving what you do, you know, getting back to that sense of happiness and discovery in your own abilities, as opposed to looking for the next job. Maybe you're quitting your job. This is soul journey, your purpose in life, and believe in the impossible. Full moon. How do you see this? I always ask, how do you see this card? Is it about to pop or is it rising? That will determine basically where you are in your cycle. If something's about to pop, you're about to release it. If it's rising, this is just coming to the surface now. Either way, it's in direct reference to what you're really inspired by, what you're truly motivated by, and who you really see yourself as, your real ideals. You know, not who you want to be seen as or your reputation. It's that's getting in the way. This is about what your real purpose in life is. What you really believe in, who you really are. Getting back to it, realizing, holy crap, that me or somebody in my life, we've gotten off this path. We've gotten off this path because we set up a home and we constructed something and we got to pay these bills. And it's like, I'm done with this crap. I can't. No. I've got to continue on my journey. We have to let this go, this attachment that we have to these creature comforts. It's got to be gone. Spread the light. Rebel. Awakening, wakening up. Doing things for the sake of joy and spreading joy. Going against the grain. Really, when you follow your heart, you go against the grain, don't you? Drop all those burdens, all those physical things that were weighing you down and forcing you to be something or someone that you weren't in order to have a predicted outcome. Fuck that. You're done. Start anew. Start over. It's total like a restart of and you're loving it. You're loving it. This is like literally, like, look at this. It shows the caterpillar and the butterfly. A new beginning. A new stage in your life where you're releasing any obligations, tangible obligations that you had to other people, to the outside world. You're going full on super consciousness. Aligning yourself with your heart. Could be like you are realizing that this is a man in your life, some sort of man. It could, if it's you, you've realized especially that you have gotten too attached to these creature comforts and it's weighing you down. You've gotten too greedy, being involved with or weighed down by some greedy man. Could be your boss. Could be you have become greedy and all about these finances as opposed to who you really are. why the ideals, why you really started this, to heal people, to help people, to get them well, to make them see, to encourage, to make them smile. All those things are now have fallen to the wayside because you're just worried about what? The money. Or you see this happening to somebody that you care about. Maybe you're attached to the man. You're too attached to this. You're attached to this person who is too consumed with worrying about losing money to actually follow his heart. And you're rebelling against it. Not necessarily like you may be breaking up with him, moving on from him, or realizing maybe that this person has attached themselves to you for the money itself, or vice versa, in a sense of, this is wrong. This is wrong. And this self-analysis that's being set up now with the squares, with Pluto and Saturn and Jupiter, the squares to the sun and the opposition of Chiron to the sun. There's just this sense of like really looking at who you are and asking, am I proud of this person anymore? Because I want to get back to them, the person that I'm proud of. Wow. Something just happened recently that sort of opened up your mind to all of this. Whatever it was a blessing in disguise, Pisces. Because it really is getting you back to you. Finding home. This is you. Yeah, definitely. Maybe you've been hiding finances or been a party to hiding finances from the government. Like there's just somebody who, it could have been somebody that you never expected coming into your life or either making you realize by watching them, making you realize where you were making the mistakes. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, you're dealing with a Taurus, maybe you've seen too much greed or you've seen your own greed. And engagement and involvement with them has given you other options. It's making you realize, look at this person's life maybe was destroyed by it, or they've put a new thing into my life. There's a sense of seeing where life is headed. If it's all about money and all about routine and all about practicality, it's almost like seeing the hidden dangers of it. It could also be realizing something that didn't dawn on you before. Recognizing just how much this person means to you and not wanting to see anything bad happen to them. Recognizing that this person is somebody that you want in your future. So you have to intervene now to make them stop destroying themselves or to make better choices so that, the two of you can spend more time together. Wasp, sometimes life stings. That's scorpionic energy, but it's something that you tried to bury that's bugging you, and it won't leave you alone. Somewhere that you've rooted, it's taking root. You've decided to stay. There's a lot of fear here, though. There is always enough. Fear of not being good at, maybe that's what it is. This is what drove you to these decisions, to try to like impress somebody, right? Getting distracted, wanting to impress somebody, wanting to show them that you were good enough for them. Maybe you thinking that you would never be good enough for them, or vice versa. Oh boy. Life is a mystery. See the big picture. Spirit has your back. I really feel like in some ways you're the one that's watching somebody hurt themselves. or somebody in your life is teaching you. It's helping you to, the experiences of a person in your life, what they're going through, is broadening and awakening your mind to where you don't want to end up. Realizing that you don't want this person to end up there either. And it's time to intervene. It's time to choose to do things in a different way. What is this? What is this? Sometimes life stings. It's motivation. That's what it is. That's what it is. This stinging, this bothering, this perplexing feeling that you're having, this irritation under your skin is what's motivating you to take a stand. Seeing things from somebody else's point of view, trying to understand what they're going through, also trying to help them or become more playful, return more to your playful self. But it's more like trying to see things from somebody else's perspective. Lay a solid foundation. This is Virgo energy. Starting a home with somebody, building a home with somebody. Somebody who you have very maybe contrasting views with. That you knew from the beginning was very different than you, but that's part of the reason why you liked them. Trust in the magic. This is a new start, a new beginning for the both of you. Something new that you're investing in. The two of you getting back to what's really important. Finding a way to have fun with each other, enjoy each other's company, enjoy each other's sensuality, not needing all these other things piled on top of you. It's definitely almost like you guys against the finances. Make your dreams real, and now is a lucky time. This is your future. But it's also a sense of having to step really carefully and knowing how very, very important the decisions you make and how they're impacting the future. Not wanting to be stuck or be obligated. Not to this person, but to making money, abundance. I think you see the way through. This is abundance. This is making abundance for yourself. Multiplying your value. Seeing a way forward, seeing through any kind of restrictions or barriers or hardships that the two of you are going through right now. Most especially having to do with money. There's something here, I'm telling you, I'm not trying to like beat a dead horse, but Pisces, there is this sense of if you're the man, you've gotten too greedy. You've let it overtake your life. You're concerning yourself way too fucking much with the money that you can make as if that's your only fucking value, and it isn't. Your value is family and the way you make people feel loved and inspire them and encourage them and nurture them. And that's really what you need to get back to. Healing. If this is female energy, then you're definitely dealing with a masculine energy. Dealing with a masculine energy that is just being weighed down right now and constricted by their attachment to these creature comforts, and you're seeing through their pain what not to do, and you're wondering, how the fuck do I help this person? Seeing yourself get sucked into their lifestyle and those creature comforts and trying to shake it off. Realizing recently, what have I become? Oh boy, okay.